A lot of international students arrive in Australia expecting an exciting university life, but many people end up lonely. How common you have seen this issue in Indian students?
Initially, when I had come here, I was a very introverted person because obviously it's a new nation. I wouldn't know anyone here. So initially, I was very shy to even go around and say, "Hi, my name is Prem." Couldn't do that. Those days onwards, I was no longer an introverted person. Currently, we have a member count around 2,000 plus members, and it is just the end of first semester. By the end of second semester, who knows, we can even cross 4,000 plus.
One reason every RMIT student should join RAIC.
Define home.
One word to describe the community people.
More than friends. 90 to 95% of my friends I've found it through RIC. If I wouldn't have found those friends, I think I would have wasted my Australian years because I would have no one to hang out with.
What's your role in RAIC right now?
Currently, I'm the treasurer.
Do they actually get paid?
No,
Not a
RIC
job.
roles are not paid roles. If we are spending $3,000 on a specific event, we are pretty sure we're going to make a loss of almost $3,500 to $4,000 in that event. But we do that so that we can bring our community, we can bring people closer to each other. We never look for profits at anything. Your friendship matters everywhere. Your entire Australian experience depends on your friends. If they are just couch potatoes, they are of no use. But if you got outgoing friends, you're gonna love it.
Hello everyone, this is your KapsTalks / Kapil. Welcome back to another podcast. Today we have Prem. Let's keep this in English
Okay.
for now.
Sure.
So this is the first podcast of explaining RMIT Indian society from a perspective of someone who's part of
the
it
team.
and also a team member of it,
Yeah.
and has been a part of it for quite a long time. I know Prem for really long time. He's a really good friend of mine, and also he has been in the society helping international students to be a member of Indian society and also to learn so many things. But for someone who doesn't know you, if you can brief about yourself a little bit.
Hi guys, I am Prem. I came in 2024 July intake, and ever since I've been part of the Indian Club. I started off just as a member, not a team member. So how I started was like when I was back in India before I came here, I had researched about the Indian society in the RMIT university. That's when I got to know, oh, these are the execs and stuff. When I came here, I started attending the events, and it was so good. Today, I have so many friends, and I'm pretty sure, I think 90% of my friends, I've made them from this Indian club only.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, so I have my closest friends,
Yeah.
they are all from Indian club.
Okay.
So it was a good channel for me to network with everyone. Last year I was the cultural coordinator with RIC. This year I'm the treasurer. So yeah, there was a growth, and I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to represent RIC. Yeah.
On basic information level, for me who doesn't know stuff, RIC, or I would say RMIT's Indian Society, is one of the top leading Indian societies in Melbourne, if I'm correct.
I think it should be the top leading in the entire Australia.
Oh, is it in the... Wow.
Yeah, because the number of members we have, I think, should be... Currently, we have a member count around 2,000 plus members, and it is just the end of first semester. By the end of second semester, who knows, we can even cross 4,000 plus. And we are always scaling newer heights with each tenure. So last year, we had gotten 3,000 plus members.
Wow.
And RUSU itself had around 5,000 to 6,000 members. So basically 50% of us, the entire RUSU membership was done with Indian membership.
Talking on that, someone who doesn't know RUSU, it's an union society, if I'm correct. Student Union Society of RMIT, but we will be soon posting a podcast about what RUSU is. I have actually made enormous videos about RMIT. Looks like I'm promoting it always one or the other way, yes, but I'm just trying to explain the RMIT from the core. Well, coming back, just for the basic information, RMIT is Indian Society. Anyone who's Indian only, he or she can join, or anyone can join?
No, we are open to everyone. Basically, our tagline is home away from home. That home doesn't necessarily needs to be like what India. I've got many friends. I've got Aussie friends. I've got
Who are part of RAIC?
yeah. I've got Pakistani friends as well who are part of RAC. We are part of the Pakistani Student Association. So it's not just like Indians can join it. Anyone who loves to enjoy events, want to make new friends, who want to feel like home, and who want to bring their entire group to an event and have a really good time can just be there. It doesn't belong to any specific nation or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. In lame language, what is RIC? First of all, what's the full form of RIC?
RMIT Indian Club.
Club. Okay. And for the lame language, is it just a society or anything else that you want to start so that we can go forward with the questions?
So as I said, the tagline, it's home away from home. So I feel like it was more than a club. For me, it has turned into a family. It has become a family. So when I came here, I had no friends. I just knew one person here, but I think that wasn't enough. So for me to grow out, to make my 2 years journey of RMIT at least quite successful, I needed a lot of friends and family, in fact.
Yeah.
So this
Good
is
people.
yeah. So this is how I grew. Like RIC gave me everything: my friends, my family. I got my exposure. I got to handle so many things. I've developed so many soft skills. So I feel it's just a complete package. It gives you everything. It doesn't take anything from you. It gives you everything, whatever you're seeking for there.
Okay. What kind of events do we do?
Uh,
I heard so many. But
yeah,
still, just
I mean,
name some. Categorized.
So the most favorite or the most famous one would be the Desi Swagat. Basically, it happens in the first semester. So basically, it's just like a welcoming event for new intake students.
Which month does it happen?
I think it was in March. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I came, I
It
believe.
slipped my mind. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, over there, this year we had a lot of games. With the games, we had winners, and for them, we had different prizes. And then we had our DJ. We had our dance competition there. We had plates of food and stuff where we had given out different cuisines in it as well. So yeah, overall, it was an impactful event.
And what else?
What else? I mean, we've got our clubs nights as well. We have done movie screenings as well, and this coming semester we are going to do even more events. Like we are obviously having our Independence Day event as well, where
Festival
we are
events.
Yeah, festival events as
Diwali,
well.
Holi.
Diwali, Holi, Ganesh Chaturthi. I think we are also trying to plan for something for Janmashtami as well. So yeah.
It can be big or small depending on the budget and the people, but it still happens.
If RIC does it, it's always big.
Okay. So that's called promotion. If you're coming to RMIT, make sure to join. If you're coming from any nation, you can still join, right? It's open call.
For sure.
And for just for the basic stuff, how do we join? If you want to explain them.
How do
Someone
you
who's
join?
watching it for the first time,
Someone who's
about to come to Australia and
about
RMIT,
to come.
how can he or she join?
Okay. So basically, how we promote ourselves is like we put our stalls in different on different days. Like supposedly during our O week also we would have a stall, which is the orientation week. So basically, O week is 5 days when RMIT has an introduction week. So if you are a new intake student, you'll be invited to the O week. You'll be given a tour around the university where your lectures are going to be held and everything. So we're going to be having a stall there soon. After, we also have our clubs day, which is organized by Rusu, and that's where we have our stall as well, where we give out free food, and then we have our posters hung around everywhere with QR code to different groups like our RIC community group, the volunteers group, announcement group and lot many other groups as well. And there's also one QR where you can just scan it and sign up for the membership, which is absolutely free. Again, it's not just for Indian students or even RMIT students, it's for any student who wants to be part of it.
Who's in RMIT? Not
No.
outside student, obviously.
And outside students as well. They
So
can take
if
associate
a student,
membership.
if I'm from Monash or UniMel,
Yes, they can take, be part of it as well.
oh yeah, what's
So basically when we have our events, we have two sort of tickets. One is the RAIC member tickets and the non-RAIC member tickets. Someone who's not from RMIT and who's not the member of the RAIC can take the non-RAIC
but
tickets.
he or she, yeah.
If they are still not a part of RMIT, but they have taken our RIC associate membership, they can still be, they are still accessible for the RIC membership ticket, which are cheaper.
And if someone is from Monash, ACU, UniMel, they can take the non-RIC.
They can even take the RIC member tickets if they are part of RIC, as a member of RIC.
Okay. And also, they need to bring their student ID. So they have to be a student.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Not just any random person can come.
No,
They have to
be
be
student.
legit, valid.
Valid.
Student valid. Okay. Because I believe, not just really, I know these guys actually verify on the gates of the event that are you a student and are you an RIC member and you have the valid ticket.
Yes.
Which is required, obviously. Well, now let's talk on the dirty part. No, not dirty part, but the basic questions. So, a lot of international students arrive in Australia expecting an amazing, exciting university life. But many people end up lonely, which you felt at the first place.
Yes.
How common you have seen this issue in Indian students or other students who later become a part of RMIT?
See, firstly, if you have not come here, the only thing I'm gonna advise you is that get a place in the city, firstly. Because if you stay in the city, that is when you're gonna enjoy your university life. Because the student unions in any university, talking about RMIT, let's come to RUSU. So they have lot many events that may end late at night, maybe 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. or something. So it would be beneficial for you to stay in the city and enjoy those events as well. Because if you're staying outside the city, you'll have to hassle back home. There are chances that you might not get a train and stuff as well. So
Yeah, I mean,
that is one
I
of...
want to add it on because I used to live in suburb, but I managed my time in a way that I was able to get.
But you had to manage it.
Yeah, see, the thing is, all the students cannot afford to live in
Yeah, fair enough.
city.
That is true.
Just because of you want to be a member of city, this tagline can actually increase the number of students who are living in city, which is gonna technically impact the number of jobs, number of accommodation and stuff, which I'm not gonna go into. But still, this is a scene which usually happens if you try to follow the same path. I would say you can. This is an option, yes, but make another option, which is like, if I would be the person who's still living in far from city and wants to be a part member of RIC or maybe someone who will be having more friends compared to others, I would rather volunteer.
Yeah.
On the event, even the RIC members and the other people are so busy in enjoying the event. So rather, before that event comes, start coming up so that you can actually make friends and you have more window and more time to connect to that person. That's my thought. I mean, that's your podcast. So
I mean, so the question what you had asked was like,
They feel
how
lonely.
often it is
Yeah.
that students feel lonely.
Yeah.
So the reason why I brought the thing up was because I had lot many friends who used to stay in suburbs, and the thing was like it was very difficult for them, at least the people I had, it was very difficult for them to attend all the events.
Yeah, obviously, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So because I used to stay in the city initially, I still stay in the city, but initially because I was staying in the city, I used to attend unis regularly, and because of that, your other friends tend to also stay near the city. So other than university, other than the lectures, they also try to hang out in the university spots and stuff. And if you start hanging out with people that constantly, that is when you build a friendship, I feel.
That's how you can kill your loneliness.
Yeah, sort
Makes
of.
sense.
So that is what happened with me. I sort of had a group, I found a group, started hanging with them, be it movies or just chilling at their places or random potluck events and stuff. So that's what happened.
But if I would be you, yes, do it. But in brackets,
Yeah.
focus on studies as well.
Yeah,
obviously,
for sure.
And your career, plus save your money. Don't just, because it happens. Students just come, they spend all the money they have as their savings just to impress someone, to be his or her friend.
Spend wisely.
Fitting in does not mean uncovering your whole savings and all stuff. But anyway, we're not going to could talk on this. Okay, what's your role in RAIC right now?
Currently, I'm the treasurer.
What's treasurer?
What's treasurer? Basically, it's the money man who handles all the Gujarati.
That's a joke, man.
Yeah. So basically, who handles all the payments and stuff, or just sort of tries to keep the entire event into budget.
The
something.
sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
What kind of, just name some if you can, what kind of other roles are there in
So
being a team member?
just the executives or the team member itself.
Team member can anyone be, right?
Yeah. So
That's,
so how RAC works is
Yeah.
like.
let's go with the hierarchy. I know president,
Yeah, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, women's officer. This is executive hierarchy.
okay.
Then comes the team members, where events coordinator is the highest. We have 2 events coordinator positions. Then other than that, I feel welfare officer, social, and everything. I think the team member, everything comes in like all together. And I feel like we do not believe in hierarchy at all. So we try to keep everyone like equally as well. So be it executive or be it any team member, we try to talk with them or try to handle with them or try whatever.
That's the
try-
point of it.
Yeah,
That's why it's home away from home.
exactly.
Spider-Man.
So we keep everything like in the same standards itself. We do not maintain that hierarchy, or we don't like that.
And someone who wants to be a president or wants to be a vice president or any particular welfare officer, what kind of quality or how he or she can be?
Okay, so basically there are different sort of procedures. If you wanna end up being an executive. So near the month of October, there is an AGM, annual general meeting, being held where a simple small sample set of 50 students are being invited.
50 students or 50 volunteer students?
50 students. 50. What do you mean by volunteer students?
Those who like to work volunteering.
No. It's like 50 students. So we sort of open a link where the first 50 students who enroll themselves are the sample set who can vote in the AGM. So basically AGM, the annual general meeting, is where the 5 executive positions are open. And supposedly if I wanted to go for treasurer, I enroll myself as a treasurer right there. And then there are many other candidates as well. And then a ballot system is followed, where they tick the candidate they want to vote for, and then they put it in the ballot, and then the returning officer whoso is governing the ballot counts it and just
Subvoting
announces.
system.
Yeah.
That's how you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you end up as an executive. And then if you want to be part of normal team, what you can do is in the month of I think December or January, the executives bring out a form, Google form on the Instagram, where you need to fill in your details, what role you are interested in, why do you want the role, what stands you apart and stuff. So you have to fill those details, and then us executives will have a meeting and discuss among ourselves who fits perfectly well for that role, and we get them on the team.
Okay. Looking back in time, what is the part of RIC that actually changed you on your personal level?
Yeah, as in like the soft skills,
Qualities
social
or
skills.
whatever.
Yeah. So initially when I had come here, I was a very introverted person. right? Because obviously it's a new nation, new country, and I wouldn't know anyone here. So initially I was very shy to even, go around and say hi, hello, hi, my name is Prem. So I couldn't do that. When I started going to the events, I had a group of few people, 3-4 people. I started going to RIC events. I feel like the changing point of the changing point in my life was Independence Day. I used to go to almost every dance practices for an entire month in the evening, where I met, I think, 90% of my friends today. That is where I met them for the first time, and I grew so much closer after that. So I feel like those days was a changing point for me. I grew so much closer to them, and those days onwards, I was no longer an introverted person. I became an extrovert, or at least an ambiverted person.
Have you ever, you or your friend or someone who's from RIC would leave a class or would not go home and stay in to...
Yeah, I mean, I personally have done that. Like,
Yeah.
I have skipped classes for RIC.
Would you
events and
recommend it?
stuff. See, it's upon you. See, classes are important as well, and I would prefer that you...
As well, wow.
Yeah, as well. I mean, that's your topmost priority, because your parents, or you have spent money initially to study as well.
Yeah.
But it's also the other part is also part of your student life,
Extracurricular
right?
activities,
Yeah.
yes.
So if you can
Manage.
manage both of them together, then it's fine. But you should never compromise your studies, I feel. I have done with few classes, but I felt like those specific classes or those in the specific week weren't that important, because I had covered most of my part in the previous week as well.
Point. And
So,
the
yeah.
RMIT actually provides assistant lecturers, so you can obviously mail them and ask them what
Yeah.
was there, and then you can actually have little extra sessions, not classes, extra sessions to learn and to know what's going on, obviously. But yeah, it's up to you. It's really a personal choice, I would say.
Yeah.
What actually happens behind the scenes before any RIC event?
Oh, too much chaos, panic.
Yeah, please. Panic.
Oh yeah. So how do I sum up it? Just in few words. Wait.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. Take your word. It's a podcast, not an interview.
I mean, supposedly, let's talk about DC Sagan, which happened this year. So I couldn't attend the setting up part of it because I had to attend my lecture. Obviously, prioritize your lectures. But when I was sitting in the lecture room, I saw that there was a storm coming in.
What's coming in?
Storm.
Storm.
So there was so heavy rain, so much heavy rain. I was wondering if we would able to actually even carry out this event. Luckily, in the next 30 minutes, the storm subsided, because Melbourne being Melbourne, within 10 minutes you can witness 3 seasons. So
He's right. He's right.
So after the rain just got shut, I went and I saw that the entire grass was wet, it was slippery. The decoration was held because no one would obviously be able to decor when it is raining. So we sort of pushed the time a little bit. We let few people in, and we pushed the time to open the gates a little further away, and then we started continuing the decor. And because we had a lot of volunteers handy, they helped us a lot. Thank you so much to them, and we got the event out successfully. So yeah, but behind that there was a lot of panic, like, oh, how is it going to happen? How do we do this? How do we do that? Oh, where's our food? Where's the DJ? Oh, the sound's not working correctly. Yeah, so everything.
How does this budget thing works while you're preparing for this event? How much to do? And also being a part of, like, you're a treasurer,
Yeah.
or person would be vice president, president. Do they actually get paid?
No,
It's not a
RIC
job.
roles are not paid roles. So basically, budgeting, we sort of have a ballpark figure in our head, like, oh, this is what it's going to range from, this minimum budget to this maximum. Depends on how grand we want to make it. But RIC has always been a loss-making club. So basically, if we are spending $3,000 on a specific event, we are pretty sure we're going to make a loss of almost $3,500 to $4,000 in that event. But we do that so that we can bring our community, we can bring people closer to each other. And yeah, that's what we are. We never look for profits at anything. Till date, if you check the numbers, during the AGM, we would never be in profit.
Which RMIT event are you most proud of? And why?
Most proud of? I think should be Desi Sagar because it pulled out really well so far. But next semester is going to be full of surprises. You're going to love it. Trust me, because we are coming up with more new events and more events, period. But yeah, you're going to love it.
I'm not a part of RMIT. I wish I would come, but anyway. What's the funniest or most memorable thing that has happened while organizing an event?
So, I think not about. So last year, in the last 10 years, I was the culture coordinator. So basically, what culture coordinator is, in most of the events like Clubs Day or the Multicultural Week and stuff, RIC plans out dance performance. So cultural coordinators, me along with my co-culture coordinator Athira, we had made a choreography where we brought in people to perform with us and stuff. We had a huge number, like 20-25 people, huge chunk of people.
Random people?
No, so we, as I told you, like earlier, we set up stalls and we have QR codes and stuff. So we have one of our QR code for the dance group as well.
Okay.
So we put up like, there's an event coming up. Who all wants to join us can come for the practices this day. So we put up a poll. People show up. Then we teach them the choreography, and so that's what happened. So what had happened was, throughout those practice sessions, one of the day I was sort of fed up because no one was performing well. So I sort of tried to threaten them.
You were the teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
means he dances good.
So I sort of tried to threaten them. I had a foam roller. I had a foam roller. If someone didn't dance well, I tried to hit them.
It's more like a fun way.
Fun way.
Not real.
So yeah, we had a lot of people. I mean only the boys. Girls, I made them do push-ups, squats and stuff.
That's tougher. That's tougher.
So yeah, it was just like a fun bonding thing as well. They enjoyed it as well. It wasn't like karna hai. They enjoyed it. That's why we made them do it. And then we had also, like, when the practice sessions were going on, if one of them misses a single step, the entire thing, the entire group does it again. They have to do it again. So they used to get.
So it means you're a strict teacher. Simple words.
Yeah, and they used to like it though.
You being a strict teacher.
Yeah, because it was in a fun, loving way. That's right. So those were one of the fondest and the funniest memories I would cherish.
Okay. What's the funniest? Okay, that's many students think committees only organize parties. What do people not see that actually is behind the scenes?
I mean, we do organize parties as well. Like we have.
But that's what they see. But what else?
What else? That's what I'm saying. Like, suppose we have a lot of cultural events as well. So this year we were trying to get Holi as an event, but we couldn't, unfortunately, due to some circumstances. But there are a lot many events. We are trying to get Diwali on board as well this year. We are trying to do with the Janmashtami as well. And as I told you about Desi Sagar, the welcoming events and stuff, those aren't just party. Those are just like a fun bonding activity as well. We came up with RIC screening sort of a thing where we had hired Scape Cinema Room and we had displayed 3 movies there, and it was such a huge turn up. It was good.
There's also I know RIC actually do some, not events, do some particular small get together with women only.
Yeah,
right?
We had Chai and Canvas.
2
months ago, I think. I don't remember the date. It was Chai and Canvas, where basically it was just like a women's only event, and it was carried out by one of our events coordinator and our women's officer, where only women's were allowed to enter, and they sort of just sat, had coffees, tea, and they painted the art out. They had games to play, and it was just like a chill.
I mean, obviously that's a
kitty
good part.
party
The
sort of a vibe.
thing is, if you're a girl and you're not easy to talk to someone and you're shy, then these kind of small steps can actually help you
Open up, yeah.
open up. And there's not boys first of all, and there's not so many people at the same
Yeah.
time. So there's limited people. You're more prone to opening up with someone, and
Yeah.
that's a good step. I actually like the plan. Whoever put it up, it's a good
Yeah.
plan. Okay.
It started last year. Kripa was the women's officer last year during my tenure as a cultural coordinator, and she came up with this, and her prodigies are just continuing with the
If
event.
someone is thinking to be a committee member,
Yeah.
what kind of qualities would you look in that person? If someone wants to be a member plus also want to be a team member,
Okay.
then
So if I'm
you're
an
hiring.
executive and I'm hiring a team member, so basically we first of all want to see like how eager they are at joining the team. Like, is it just like, oh, I've just filled it for time pass and stuff, let's see what happens, jo hoga wo dekha jayega. We don't like that sort of an attitude. Basically, when those people actually show sort of dedication or determination, like, oh, I want to be part of team, supported or followed by a few of the experiences. Like when I filled my first form for the RIC team, I remember that I had put like my experiences from my bachelor's, where I was also the CL, as in the cultural leader, where I had handled events with almost a footfall of 2,000 people and stuff. So those sort of experiences do matter. So we need basically experience, determination, and the ideas. There's one question, like what sort of new events you would want to bring them alive, like what else do you want to do with RIC? So we want to see how creative you could get. So yeah, those sort of three qualities we want to see in them.
And the good part is, if you will be a volunteer, you can actually show all the skills at the same time, and people also like noticing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a good part. So why not? Any misconception
As in like
about RIC? There would be.
Yeah, I mean, misconception as in people have been thinking like RIC is just like a North Indian club. It's not. We are very inclusive. We've got diversity all over the team.
That's the reason why I thought of making this podcast in English.
Yeah.
Even if you're from South India, maybe you're from Bangladesh, or if you're from any other Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
you'll still be a part. Well, yeah, sorry,
Exactly.
it's your mic. Oh my bad.
But yeah, you can ask anyone around. I mean, within the team as well. We got
Vishwa.
me. Yeah, Vishwa. Vishwa was secretary last year.
By the way, hi Vishwa, if you're watching it.
So yeah, we are very inclusive, and we got lot many other clubs as well, like the RMC, like RMIT Malayali Club. We got the Tamil Club as well. We are in good relations with them.
When I joined RMIT and I saw the RIC club, I have literally seen RIC grow. Trust me, from Karan Mehta here to Pratik to Dui to
Vani,
Vani.
Katya.
I have seen all of them.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest guy here. But anyway, Karan Mehta, like all of them are still in touch. That's a good part. Person, especially presidents, they never feel like they're president. They're not strict, but they have standards when they're working, which makes sense. You have to have. If someone's pinching him all the time and he's working on some important budget sheet, being him as a treasurer, he has to work.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But when you meet him in events or maybe outside of work time, he will be really open to talk. That's how I met him. I didn't know him for the first time, but yeah. Yes. So, any misconceptions? Any other?
Yeah, I mean, that was, I think, one of them. Because of that, in fact, I had learned a few South Indian languages. As in, I have sort of gotten known to Tamil. I also know Malayalam as well.
No, you learned it.
Yeah, I mean, I do not know.
Is it because of you or your girlfriend? I'm joking.
No.
He doesn't have a girlfriend. You have? Oh, he has it now.
No, it's not because of that. I felt like it would be a really good opening line if I'm talking to any person. Like supposedly, if I am standing in a group setting and if I am sort of making a third person over there sort of uncomfortable if I'm talking in just Hindi or just English, then I try to switch it up. I'll just talk to them in their own mother tongue and stuff. So I just knew 3-4 sentences. I just know 3-4 sentences.
But they feel good.
Yeah, that is just enough to break the ice, and I like it. I like.
You know, there's so many languages left still in the world.
Yeah.
Start learning.
I know German as well.
Oh, damn.
I know 7 to 8 languages.
Oh gosh. What's your dream, or what's your team's dream of taking RIC to the next level in upcoming few years, 5 years, 10 years? What's you would be discussing this, right? What's your dream?
Yeah, I mean,
not just being.
We wouldn't be thinking about next
because
4 to 5 years. Yeah,
but
we'll
still,
not be here.
Did you like maybe 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, we would want it to be growing constantly. Like last year it was 3K. This year we are trying to do 4,000. I mean, last year it was what 1,300 members. We doubled it to 3,000. Now we are trying to grow to 4,000. So we want our graph to be just going up rather than be constant or going down.
And also, if I was at my time when I was studying, I was a part of RMIT, not team, the members, and then in those 4,000 people, am I still counted as a part of it?
As in, suppose, sorry.
So you said we have 4,000 people
Yeah.
right now as the members, not team members, not executives, members.
Yeah, members. Yeah.
Am I still a member of it? Because I
Graduated.
Yeah, I'm graduate.
No, then you are not. We do
So
not
how-
count you as the 4,000 within the 4,000.
Okay, so you have 4,000 right now
Current.
in this. Wow.
Yeah, because what happens is every year the membership gets renewed. So you need to take the membership, which is again for free,
So you have
every year.
4,000. Wow.
So we did 3,000 in a year. This
And-
year we are aiming for 4,000 in a year.
And I believe it includes Aussies, Aussies,
Yeah.
Indians, Sri Lankan,
All sort of
Pakistani,
ethnicity.
Anyone can join.
Anyone can join. We got people from Afghanistan, we got people from again Pakistan, we got Aussies, we got Sri Lankans, we got lot many people.
Okay. If a new international student is landing in Australia, why should attending an RIC event would be one of the best things he or she would do?
I mean, taking from my experience, so that's what I said earlier, because 90 to 95% of my friends I've found it through RIC. If I wouldn't have found those friends, I think I would have wasted my Australian years because I would have no one to hang out with, or I wouldn't have anyone to go on a trip with, or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Even if I need help with my studies and stuff, I had those friends to help me with my assignments as well.
Yeah.
Rather, I mean, even if they're just trying to, give me a call like, wake up, you need to do your assignment, from that onwards to, helping you with the assignments.
Friend is a friend.
Yeah. So yeah, it depends on, I mean, your friendship depends, I mean, your friendship matters everywhere.
Yeah.
Your be it your studies or be it your relationship, and just be it not just your romantic relationship, your friendly relationship, your entire Australian experience depends on your friends. So yeah, if they are just couch potatoes, they are of no use. But if you got outgoing friends, you're gonna love it. Trust me.
Good words he's using. Couch potatoes. Wow. Okay. Well, you have actually answered so many
Yeah.
good things. Any review about RMIT, being an Indian student?
Being an
It's not related to this topic. I was generally asking.
No. RMIT actually has been quite supportive, not just towards RIC. Just as a student, it has been quite supportive. They have been aligning with or agreeing to a lot of terms with RUSU, which is obviously helping towards students. So I think it's easier to be a student in RMIT than any other university, because it is the university itself is very student centric. They want to help students as well. It's not just a student union fighting for the
Rights.
benefits or rights or anything. RMIT themselves want to help. So they want to listen and they want to help. So it's good.
That's the thing. And I don't want to take this episode towards RMIT.
Yeah.
It is RIC namely. Okay. Well, thank you. You actually answered the
Thank
questions, but let's talk on before ending.
Yeah.
Rapid fire round. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Rapid fire RIC edition. Describe RIC in one word.
Family.
You are ready. Favorite RIC event.
Desi Sagar.
Bollywood night or Garba night?
Garba night.
Because he
Gujarati.
laughed. Chai or coffee at committee meetings?
Chai.
Funniest committee member?
Prem. I am.
Yes, you are. That's why you're answering this. Most organized committee member?
Not me for sure. Who would that be? I think everyone is not organized. They're just good at it during the RIC events.
If someone
but
would
in
have
the-
asked me this question as from my perspective of me, I would have answered Vani at my times.
yeah. Oh yeah, Vani. Vani is so good. I just met her
She's gonna be
few
here in
weeks
the
ago, yeah.
podcast soon, but anyway. Anyway.
But yeah, she's so organized.
so
I've been to her place, her dressing table.
I
it's so
genuinely
good.
respect her. Trust me, I respect her schedule. I respect how she talks. Anyway, most likely to reply late in the group chat. Who is he or she?
Sayanj,
And he's the.
president.
You're listening it, right? Most likely to become RAC president after him or her. Yeah, whoever.
Can't be told because we got lot many candidates. I think
All the
lot
best
many-
guys
yeah.
you're thinking right now. Best event organizer.
Event coordinators.
Who?
At this point, RC.
RC. She. I don't know. So, best MC host.
Host. Nishtha.
Oh yes, she is. Most creative person.
Creative person. I think a creative head. Jalak.
He is just putting the names who are actually right now.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could just say Prem everywhere because I am very creative and stuff, but I need
Come
to
on,
be
man.
inclusive. Need to add in people.
He's a smart guy. One event you
Oh, I
want.
can name people from the previous teams as well.
You can you can name from here and you can name from the past.
Oh, okay,
if you
okay.
want to. So creative.
Creative.
It's fine. Let's take it
Yeah,
to here.
yeah.
Because it's going to be too much. One event you want RIC to organize next. That you want. It might be okay or no. It's fine. That you
I
actually
wanted to do talent show as well, like a talent show.
Don't copy us.
Like RIC got latent.
Oh, got latent. That's not a talent, bro. One reason every RMIT student should join RIC.
To find home
To find home. I agree.
and not to miss home. Yeah.
One word to describe the committee or the committee people.
More than friends.
If RIC had a slogan, what would it be? You guys already have a slogan,
Yeah,
but
home away from home.
home away from home makes sense. But anything else that you want to mention? If another slogan, it would be for RIC.
Can't think of it right now. Being it a rapid fire. So कुछ दिमाग ना आ नहीं रहा है.
Okay. Home away from home.
Yeah.
RMIT feels like
Beep.
oh. Okay. Okay.
बहुत
Thank
पैसे
you.
खाती है भाई.
Yeah. Thank you so much. If this podcast would be in Hindi, he would have said so many extra things which would actually connect to you. But why I put it in English? Because as you mentioned, people have misconception of it being only an society or club for North students only, North Indian
Yeah.
students only. That's not true. If you are not able to speak in Hindi or maybe in Punjabi, you can still speak your own language. You can bring it to the table, right? And you can be a friend and you can show what you have.
Yeah.
Your creativity, your skills, your dance, your etc. etc. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. I loved it. I learned so many things which I actually didn't know.
Yeah.
That happens behind the scene. And this is Caplog signing off. But at last, I want to share RMIT Indian Club, RIC Indian Club, little details in the description so that if you're looking at my podcast, you can join
Please
directly.
do it.
And if you want, I can share your Instagram
Sure.
if you want to. If you have any questions,
Please connect with me if
Please
you have
connect.
any questions. Being a new
when
tech
you're free,
student.
please reply to them.
Sure.
Put the comments down. What else you want to know about maybe RMIT or maybe RIC or maybe any other society of any other university or about Prem.
Put
By
down
the
in
way,
the comments.
you are doing MBA, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want, let me know. This is KapsTalks with Prem. Subscribe to this channel.